throughout this. I mean, looking at this position here, they are actually sort of moving their way down on top of GK, which I thought, oh, okay. Obviously, they weren't sort of putting out that scout to see where Furia were at that moment. Furia were able to get like a couple of knocks on them, but they were able to reset and then get that win.
I have no idea how Fury just kept getting back up. They get knocked back up, knocked back up, knocked back up, and they got really deep in that game. I did not expect them to make it actually to a top 2 finish. That is very impressive. Just highlighting how relentless Fury truly are here, representing Brazil in Paris for PMWC. But the finishing moments here, Nyasa giving it his best shot. But Lord in particular, here Niptura, oh my goodness, making it rain from this peak finish with that mini 14. He was holding on to his resources for as long as he really could, but eventually the circle had a different plan in mind.
No, he was exactly the right teammate to be up on top there, right? I think he was really, really good at sussing out exactly where everybody was. He was really good at getting those nades. Some of them went a little long, but a lot of them were right on target. I love the mini that he had as well. That was a fantastic weapon of choice to be up there. So all around, a really, 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 really good play coming in from him. Really, yes. Really.
But really. And really, Lore was able to put up good performance for Enigma Galaxy, being able to secure some extra placement points as well, putting up those, oh man, look at us, Tomash, let's go. 8 eliminations there from Lord, and the damage there as well, and this is a squad that's currently in contention for that top 5, and they were securing the top of that mountain.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to do that 3-1 split. That's what they had in the mid game. 3 players down below in the thick of it, fighting all the teams. There was Alula, there was even a side of Go at one point just coming their way. But no, Lord was trying to keep his teammates safe, but he could only do so for so long, right? Eventually, teams are going to be encroaching on his 3 teammates. They get eliminated, and then Lord is alone. But I like what he did because he knew he was limited in resources, right, Niptura? He was not able to really take too many shots. He just held onto those resources until the very end, where he could maybe convert that into a chicken dinner. As you know, that didn't happen. But Podium, as a solo, that is huge regardless.
Huge indeed, as we're going to be taking a look at the overall. And I want you to keep in mind, top 5 go directly to the finals. Bottom 3 gets in home, and the ones in between get to go to survival. 4th thrives, still in the 1st place, but just like, actually, let's just focus on 4th all the way to 9, because 4th place with Aurora Gaming, they have been playing great today, but they just haven't been able to create such a big gap, as they only have 82 points, 4 points more than AGAL in 6th place.
No, they do. It's going to be interesting. I have noticed that Aurora have been stepping up, right? They felt that pressure a little bit. They've realized, like, oh, it's not really going our way. We got to up our game a little bit. It is working now. So they are at 82 points. Yeah, it's still going to be all down to the wire in this last game, but at least they're already there. You know, teams like Team Flash are also already there, but 2 points ahead of AGAL. GOAT team as well. Furia climbing up those ranks. They were not in 8th place a few games ago, Max.
Yeah, I mean, really looking at the teams in the top 5, 4 thrives, they're safe. We know they're going to make it. They're going straight into your PMWC Grand Finals. Orangutan, I would say, also somewhat safe, right, going out to this one, because right now they're above the likes of Enigma Galaxy, Aurora, Team Flash. We're looking at Aurora Gaming and Team Flash in particular here. They need a big game, Lace. If they do not get that performance here, all gamers, GOAT team, Furia, you know they're going to chase them down for that top 5.
Yeah, they need to make these opportunities for themselves. And what we're seeing a lot of teams do is kind of letting just the cookie crumble how it will. These players need to start obviously creating these opportunities and making the lobby play to their way. And I must say that from that game, Furia did that. I would kind of call them like the mountain goats of PUBG, because what is with them being able to scale up a mountain, absolutely decimate in every way, which form. But it's good to see Alula here, obviously moving up with 63 points, definitely securing that place out of the bottom 3. Now, I do want to sort of touch on, I guess, a little bit more of like Thunder talk out of that game. This is crunch time for them. They're under pressure. And look, they had a push from Aurora in the building, and they showed no presence, Matt. They just sat down there. They didn't create any space, no presence, and got absolutely rolled by Aurora.
Yeah, they have the cloak of invisibility, but no one told them to take it off right now. It's time to take it off. They're looking at this one. The point gap is 12 points between X-Force Rejets and RRQ. I would say you are teams in the bottom 3. You have to hot drop RRQ. I'm sorry, it is time. If you don't do it here, you're going right home, right away, straight to Charles de Gaulle. And as we know, that is not where you want to be.
We usually hate to see the hot drops, but in situations like this, you gotta take destiny into your hands. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Lace. They have to do it.
Yeah, and look, this is what I'm saying, where create your game. Make these plays to position other players into moving and having you create that space. Like, even if they were to look at, you know, players like Alula, who were in the bottom, they actually forced GK to rotate into Furia. They made that play. And these bottom teams need to be able to do that as well.
Yeah, they need to be able to do that, and they need to be careful with teams that are going to be towards the top, like none other than, who's that? Who's this? Oh, it's the best content creator for PMWC. Come up here, baby. Come up here. You know what? You don't even have to go that way. Just step over the chairs. You got this.
Hey.
Cool. The beast with 4 thrives currently in first place. Oh, put him on. Put him on. Oh, you should. I would have brought mine too. But my Naki is here, and Naki, the team is currently sitting in first place. How are you guys feeling?
Alhamdulillah, we are feeling great. We are having a great moment.
Ooh, yes, you guys are. You guys have OG currently chasing you for that first place. Whoever gets first place gets to crush some keys. But how are you enjoying Paris so far?
Paris has been really great for us. The weather here is so beautiful. The city is so beautiful. We are really excited to visit the sites.
You're really excited to hopefully end up lifting that trophy. Max, you got any questions for Naki?
Now, what do you think of French people like myself? The locals. Do you like them?
Bonjour.
That definitely answers my question. Thank you very much.
That is a great one. From what you guys have seen, going back to the game, from what you guys have seen so far out of day 1 and day 2 here, has there been anything that ended up surprising the squad?
OG has definitely been a surprise for us. Like, they're playing really good. Their decisions, I haven't really looked at them that much, but their decisions are really good.
Yeah, their decisions have definitely been good. And for everybody currently watching, don't forget that you can experience the PUBG Mobile fan experience, because it is gonna be open from August 11th through the 16th. Go enjoy some of the exciting activities, not only PUBG Mobile and Naruto Shippuden, the amazing collab that we're doing, but also the PUBG Mobile, Spider-Man, everything cool going on there. You can earn some exclusive rewards, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, I'm with you, Naki. I mean, I'm with what you were saying in regards to OG has been able to surprise a lot of those teams. And then towards the bottom, you're seeing some teams that I thought were going to end up performing better too with extra rejects. But with this one, who's going to be your top 5? I mean, it's pretty much said, but who is actually going to be your top 5? Tell me your predictions.
I mean, there's only last match remaining. So I don't see that there are going to be a lot of changes to the top 5. But the teams on top 5, yeah. OG, definitely. 4 thrives, as we know.
I mean, you kind of have to pick them. Come on now.
Yeah. And Aurora is playing really consistent. And I hope FL qualifies. They are really my best friends. And one remaining?
Yeah, one, I think. If I'm doing the math, Max, math right? One more? Yeah, one more.
Would be good, yeah.
OG 40, FL, Aurora, and KRX.
Ooh.
Oh, nice one.
KRX. Okay, I thought you were going to go with a different one like Enigma Galaxy, but thank you so much for joining us. Lace, Max Benatura, myself, 7WG. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time we go into the final match of Group A. Who's going to end up winning it? Who's going to end up in the bottom 3 and get sent home? Let's send it over to none other than John Allen and Jackie.
Oh yeah, it's time to get stuck into the final map for Group A. 3 teams on the chopping block, but those initials yet to be carved. Who will be taking up that chisel and taking down their opponents? Only time will tell, and 5 teams will rise right to the top. Cream of the cream, or creme de la creme, as they say here in Paris.
Maximum way. That's what I'm expecting to see here live in Paris. It's going to get explosive, John. It's going to get enticing. And from what we've seen over the course of the day, it should all build to an absolute blistering affair here in our culminating game. Our last battleground, Miramar, once again on the cards. And you're right, that sharpened steel of the Butcher Blade is getting ready to chop. And those keys will be crushed. Barney will be there on stage, literally grinding all of these teams' efforts into a pulp.
Well, not all of the teams.
No, those teams.
Yeah,
just
three.
those
Oh,
teams.
yeah, okay.
All of those teams.
You're getting ahead of yourself,
Sorry,
man.
mate. Yeah,
I know
sorry.
we've got to chuck most of them into the grinder. Only one key will eventually remain.
But we've got to get there first, and we've got to do it bit by bit. It's incremental, you know. But we do get to do 15 at once over towards the final, so make sure you're going to check that one out as we take our final steps onto the plane with Group A. Miramar is never been hotter. It's time to decide who will move forwards.
Now you can see the keys around the crusher. Our team's deep in fort, getting their last minutes in before we kick this one live. Get back into the plane path and set things off. The players, the organizations, the hopes and dreams. The atmosphere is good here in Paris. You can feel it. Tension you could cut with a knife for some of these squads. And for the top end, John, as much as you're not fighting to lose your chance in the tournament, you certainly are putting your neck on the line to make sure you guarantee a chance to skip that survival stage.
Absolutely. Top 5 is so valuable here. Interesting predictions coming out from Noki back over on the desk as he found himself over the back of the chairs and immediately thrust into doing Max 7 and Neptura and Lace's job, you know. Apparently we had to draft in some outside help there, but I think Fourth Rise OG, yeah, 100% I agree on that. Aurora, I think is a fairly safe bet. I feel like not including Nigma Galaxy in the top 5 was a bit of an outside chance. And then even further beyond that as outside chance, KRX being in the top 5 for him. I feel like that's maybe what he wanted to happen. Not what is probably going to happen.
I mean, that's his personal ideal top 5, right? That's his take on it. So it's fair enough, man. Exciting teams. They've certainly all given us something to rave about over the course of yesterday and today here at PMWC. Live from EWC 26. The big 26, John.
God, imagine. I remember when it wasn't 26. Just last year, actually, it was.
No, 25.
Yeah,
and the year before that, 24.
No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it wasn't 25 the year before that. Come on, don't be silly. Southwest Circle, as the plane path goes straight down the middle of this one from Partona up towards San Martin. It looks like we are going to be heading down towards that Chumasera Hills area, the Ladriera dual peak lines over on that western side. Going to be a major feature there, so transitional areas around there, highly coveted. A lot of ground on the south side is slightly treacherous. Potential to see teams rotating down through Partona, trying to get access to the west, but more than likely, we're going to see a long rotate over on the north side, coming down on that west edge, past El Pozo, to try and push themselves towards those Ladriera Hills.
With the stage set and the potential for the best and the squads at the bottom established, so you know what results we'll be looking out for on this one. We'll delve into it and get an eye line. We heard the analyst saying at times like this, you need to really invest that risk versus reward. You can't play it overly safe. You can't leave your fate in hands of other teams. That goes both ways, John. If you want to try and push into that top 5, or if you're looking to actually keep yourself in the competition, not lose those keys, we'll see if there's any forced fights, if the early game is a bit different. Some of the indecision we've seen from squads. You look back, right, what we saw from TTG, moments of difference where maybe if they just committed that risk factor, could have given themselves a little bit more stock to play with. We'll see if that changes here and now.
I mean, right now for X-Force Rejects, they're sat 12 points behind RRQ. That is a big gap to make up. It's going to be very difficult to do that, and even further behind for the teams behind that as well. So I'm really not holding out hope. I feel like we may already have our top 13. I don't want to jinx it for RRQ, but I feel like I'm fairly confident in saying that, especially given where RRQ are on the map, down towards Biodemar already, pretty much slap bang in the center of this circle. Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult to try and jump up there and change things on that front. Would require something quite special, but there are quite a few teams, I think, who could realistically jump into the top 5 here, depending on how Flash, Aurora, Nigma Galaxy do in this game. There are potentially opportunities to jump on through and see what you can get done for maybe, I mean, maybe down to 9th, but maybe even Ulf could give it a fair crack, if not Alula, which is a very outside chance. But 17 points, as we were saying, you know, the 12-point gap feels pretty dastardly to try and get past, but with the form that Alula are on right now, it might be doable. 17 points.
Yeah, they've been looking far better, been hitting some good strides, and definitely guaranteeing themselves at least more of a safety net to play with from slipping deeper down into the depths. Rising though and attempting to climb does kind of rely, like you say, on a few of our squads that have been those point vacuums, those absolute hoovers towards the top side, effectively just falling early, having some kind of breakdown that opens that door for an overlap for a squad to find a way in. So a lot riding on it on the individuals. A lot of small storylines in this one. We'll keep you dialed in with the narrative.
Trying to play small ball and keep yourself rolling straight down the track to the top 5 at the moment. I mean, the differentials between these teams are really quite small. I mean, even up towards OG, an 8-point difference between 2nd and 5th is very, very much surmountable. A 10-point difference from AGAL up towards Orangutan to jump up towards that top spot. So, very volatile, even at this late stage. 12 out of 12, we're at the full fraction. No more matches after this one, and it is still very much all to play for. Unless you're 4th drives, then you're pretty much guaranteed to be in already.
They've done more than enough with the plays that they've made over the course of the past 2 days, John. Looked very, very exciting to watch. It would be a real shame not to have them there, to be honest, mate. I feel like it would be a big blunder. So glad they've already proven just how hard they're willing to play here live from Paris. We've heard the arena getting absolutely ballistic time and time again when you see pop-off plays. Hell, even just from one individual, right? Falak starts to go huge, this place gets loud.
I feel like Falak does anything, this place can get loud, I think.
True.
That's, you know what? That's exactly the sort of support that has seen them into the top place right now. It's exactly the sort of support that saw them to 1st place back in PMGO as well. A global title spurring them on. And a 2nd in their sights. We'll have to wait a little bit longer to see if they can do it, but it's almost certain that they're going to have a crack. Aurora, in the meantime, a lot less certain, but in a scrap with RRQ and Furia. RRQ, remember, the bubble team at the bottom, do not want to be going down early.
No, you could see that kind of kicking in, the immediate reaction when they thought, hang on, I've got a line of sight to try and take a pick here over onto them. Throws a few bullets out, but doesn't want to overcommit. Far riskier for RRQ than it is for Aurora. And Furia, if they see weakness, they might attempt to dogpile on top of that and backstab towards Aurora. It's calmed down off the initial shots that were fired out. But you're still nearby. No safety yet, and that's only the one man from RRQ as well.
Lions OG, though, taking a knock over towards themselves, and on the north side, looks like a little bit of a traffic jam between 2 of our teams towards the bottom, and our 2nd place team, OG, having a little bit of trouble here, a little bit of strife. And that's going to be another nade launched over the top. The knock not yet back up, and Swash does get flushed away. Shiva to be able to claim that one. Potential wraparound here for Rolex, but he's spotted and handled. X-Force Rejects seemingly in charge of this fight against Gaming Stars as another flush comes on through. Yusuf and Maniac trying to piece themselves back together, but boom goes the dynamite. Leaves Maniac flagging. Nothing more to be said.
That was quick. It was clean as well, and that's what you need. Good plays made. They're going to be able to shut him down and remove G-Star from the competition off the back of that, make it far more uncomfortable for them, as they now know there is nothing they can do for themselves in this situation to rise up the ranks. They're left dead last in that position, whilst Reject claim 4 points. They've got to do a whole lot more, John, but that's a brilliant start.
They've got to get a whole lot further down south as well now for X-Force Rejects. They have to move from that northern edge all the way out the back. OG, in the meantime, did manage to get the player res, so they are rotating against a full 4 team there, as well as KRX out on their west side. This is a real gauntlet for X-Force Rejects, and if they're going to qualify, this is the sort of test they need to prove themselves capable of passing, Jackie. So I'm happy, in a way, that they have that opportunity. I'm not so certain that they're going to be able to pass it, but I'm willing to be proved wrong, and I'm ready to be here for when it happens. RRQ are now only 4 points ahead.
Oh, KRX on the ramp over the top, hitting the show-stopping plays, but can they actually punish with the shots? Close quarters combat from Hooksy, good for one, but a right hook straight back in his face. And for Reject, it went from a nice start to a punishing position. Damage done onto 3 players for KRX though. It's just Trey left. Spams bullets onto Reverb. Starts to put them in their place, but recovering from this is going to be awkward. Both teams suffering massive losses.
Shiva not in the fight, a little bit too further afield and already locked down. That's going to be a lot of points added to RJC's total, but they are losing players left and right. Now playing on as 2, they disengage. With 7 eliminations, they are getting closer and closer to RRQ as time goes by. And X-Force Rejects with a chance, but yeah, that gauntlet, like I was saying, is such a tough pass. The third party coming through, it's pretty impossible to make that one work. But KRX falling in the meantime as well. A little chime in coming through from OG, helping them out there, adding some more points to the RJC tally.
And OG keeping themselves in a very comfortable position. Seeing if they can chase towards 4 Thrives. See who remains at the top of the plinth come the end of today. It'll be exciting to see who our lobby leader is when it's all said and done. TTG here as well. Another team that it feels like even the potential of them really grinding from the spot they've been left in, John, is unlikely at this point.
Yeah, it's getting less and less likely for a lot of teams as time goes on. And in terms of top 5 qualification, I'm afraid that Noki will not be correct with his KRX prediction, as he is going to be down in a 9th place spot. But they're going to be seen again in the survival stage. I think I can guarantee that. I'm going to lock that one in. Zypher spots Shiva from X-Force Rejects, and that is going to be a quick flush. Their run may just have been drawn short on the north side, and RRQ, all they need to do is hold their nerve, stay alive, keep things together, and defend their patch slap bang in the middle, although it's got a lot less central now with a hard east shift.
Zone crunching in. Goat already in position. Kike making the move up as well. Alula, Furia, really just the dribs and drabs that remain for Reject over that side as well, with OG potentially in a position to find them on their late pathing in. An Enigma side that looked very talented into the previous matchup off the back of the skillful plays we saw from Lord on the elevated angle towards the mountaintop. Seeing what more they'll get from this. That's the park up from Devil. I mean, there is potential for it, John. RRQ have been attempting to avoid fights up to this point. There's been a couple of opportunities where teams have whizzed near. They haven't risked it, which still means there's a chance. But if Reject can do much, maybe there's an opportunity. It's only a solo, though, so we're looking for a big finish on it with some more elims. It will not be an easy feat and requires RRQ to be shut down by a different team.
And I feel like RRQ's position is just so strong here. It's such a difficult position to try and get up on towards against a full force squad. If they're reactive and fast enough to respond to threats as they come their way, that is the major downside for RRQ, right? You have to play it fairly split in this location. And it looks like they are going to be, I mean, they're spiking out. They are making themselves known, which I think is the right play. Force teams around them to fight against each other as they try and ascend towards it. This is what you need for RRQ. Keep that suppressive pressure, just moving teams away from you. You do not want to give them the idea that, hey, you're a weak fight. But maybe Furia have found their opening. There is AGAL behind them that can make it harder, Jackie, but I feel like Furia, we know how hardy this team is. We know that they've got some real staying power. The question is, can they get up the side of this cliff?
A similar situation once again for Furia then. They've had plot armor in the previous game, but this one might be harder for them. Shots on target towards Liu, so AGAL start to back up. Look to close the distance between their split and play off each other. You've got good cover at least by pushing so far towards the ridge side, so you can't take shots from the top of RRQ. But fighting towards them, like you say, is another story.
It does allow RRQ a little bit more flexibility, I'd say, if you're confident that Fury is not going to push up that cliff, not going to go further in and try and loop around the cliff. You've got some more latitude to send your players to other angles, but there's plenty of angles to try and deal with. As Alala charge on in and take on AGAL and take a huge bite out of their player count, down to 2 now, and that bubble just got a little bit safer. And 78 points for AGAL. Team Flash still 2 points ahead on 80.
Yeah, this is really rough for them, John. If they were looking at the idea of having another game where they could really ramp up those points and push themselves into a good spot, you're down to half your chance now with only 2 of the 4 players alive. They were attacked from the side by GOAT as well. And although Furia was safe from the gaze, from that top side view of RRQ, it's the roam in from Aurora that's closed the gap to allow them to get shots onto them. Made it more uncomfortable. Got that initial pick over.
NigmaGalaxy getting stuck in on that western flank. They are kind of outside in the cold right now, behind 4 Thrives, but getting a pick onto the open is good, but they've lost Coops on the back line, and he's all the way out in the blue, Jackie. I don't think that they're going to be able to get him back up there. Devil is keeping him company. Zypher in a real sticky spot, so it looks like that trade will be evened up. So 2 of our top 5 teams taking 1 player out from either side, and it is Devil who picks up the point there. Adds them up to 44 and a little bit closer to RRQ. So now you're still not worried.
That feels like a little, you know, a little subtext storyline. We'll keep our eyes on it. It's not super likely with how it's going.
Okay.
But worth being aware of. I mean, he's still on the move, still alive for now.
Yeah, but the zone's coming to get him. He made a deal with himself to be able to get away with that one. I mean, RRQ with the assist from the high ground, suppressing the angle from NigmaGalaxy that was completely had him dead to rights. But where does he go here? He's got to go up, he's got to go around into OG, in towards RRQ. And there's not really a good choice here. It is stage 4, so the zone is quite survivable. So, yeah, okay, go for a long wrap. That probably makes more sense on it. Drops that adrenaline in as well, maxing out the stims, get as much healing as he can get.
We'll see how that pathing goes for him once he gets himself back into the zone, sustaining a decent amount of damage, but he had a few meds to try and buffer it out. Not easy, though. Not comfortable. 4 Thrives with IQ getting line of sight again to re-engage, so a bit of pressure applied from them. And RRQ still sitting where they hunkered down so long ago, waiting for a team to attempt to force the fight. GK with a connection in the rear. Fun to talk, seeing all of this commotion around them as well. As NigmaGalaxy move up towards Alula. That's top taken down by IQ, and Falak getting stuck in as Aurora are suffering casualties.
This is dangerous for Aurora. They're not safe, not in its entirety. NigmaGalaxy a little bit better on the points tables, but going this low, trying to just wend your way on through. Seems like they successfully shack themselves up there. Get 2 of their players across as we hop on board with Alula. A lot of damage done towards GOAT team, and this was a team that was looking good for the top 5 not too long ago, but now their dreams are being dashed at the feet of Alula.
Alula, they formed a fist and they are punching through the defense of GOAT. Moxie takes a heavy blow down on his last legs as the team gets removed from the equation. Goodbye, GOAT. Alula coming alive as they begin to punish NigmaGalaxy. Absolutely collapsed on once again as well. Fragmenting the squad. 5 elims here, John.
Keeping up that pace, Alula have changed something. There is a different team right now playing for them, but losing one, taking a knock to the play zone as well. That's going to slow you down no matter who you are. Playing on us too. I have to see what they can find. It is just too far away to hope for the bubble right now. And Aurora may be breathing a little sigh of relief here with AGL getting cut down to 2 with only 1 of their players alive. This is not the situation you want to be in for Aurora. You definitely want to be putting a little bit more distance between you and that bubble, because 4 points is not enough to feel safe, especially when you think about teams that have the potential to get into this late game, like Furia, who are a little bit further behind, but definitely within striking distance.
NigmaGalaxy go down to a combination of Aurora and 4 Thrives. removed from the equation as our top team scrap amongst each other. RRQ finally play their card, but it's versus OG, and they come in full aggro. Good shots with the AUG, damage on target. Attempting to reposition RRQ down to 2 players. That's 1 cleanup as the shots hit onto Wizgard, and they are able to repel the initial assault. Aru behind the steering wheel looks to create space and get away. Play on as a solo.
That could have been the opportunity there. If RRQ had fumbled the roll-up, it could have been the chance for Devil to make his way on in, because he's completed that wraparound that we saw him go out wide for and is now pushing him from Chumacera. Could have survived a lot longer. Looked to get a point or 2 on Elims, get some placements coming through, but now the gap is 6 points, and it makes it all that much harder.
And in the conversation of who'd be on top come the end of the day, it's 4 Thrives that are once again getting the crowd hyped up with the plays. 4 Elims in the back pocket, always showing up in the Elim feed as the arena here at the Qiddiya City grid starts to roar. And Devil did make it in, like you say. RRQ found 2 picks onto OG though, and they're looking for the full flash back over. Aru's got something to say about it. Good for a clash up close. They're trying to force him out of the building and do so. Orangutan out of the running now as they'll be left in second.
And RRQ, another point added to their tally, pushing themselves further and further away. Not too long from now, it could be the Geek are up on the chopping block before Thrives. The next challenge over towards RRQ. A nade from Lapar. This is the star player that the desk was talking about, bringing him up as a real clutch potential. Let's see if he's got a little bit more left to give in match 12 of 12. As 4 Thrives currently playing a 2-1 split with Falak, T24 on that western side, IQ much further inland. The back off comes through, and RRQ don't want anything more to do with that high ground, certainly not at the moment.
AGAL finally falls to Furia. And TTG trapped down in the ditch with nades being dashed towards them. T24 throwing them in on target. His eyes lighting up with the idea of a prospect of 4 more points for our top lobby team right now. And as the zone eats through them, they are finding success with ease.
Oh, T24 though stays a little bit too long. There is a response finally from Thunder Talk. AJ manages to thread that one through. Fury are getting picked apart in the meantime on the south side as Alula keep chowing down with their 2 players alive. The rest comes through. Falak wants to suppress the rotate, but Thunder Talk have already lost 1 forwards. This is a wild charge from Falak. He is so overexposed on the hilltop. I'm surprised he didn't go down before. And RRQ are going to chime in. So is Doc from Aurora. Putting them back in their place. They may have broken the sentry, but you cannot get a little bit too ahead of yourself there. Either way, they've done enough. They will be top spot by the end.
10 Elims and 1 representative of the squad still alive and kicking its IQ that was down towards the low ground. So he's safe. Doc watching that angle, like you say, they just hard commit, wanting to get the extra points and prove that they can bully this lobby. Doc lines him up and knocks him down. That solo representative of Aurora at least guaranteeing some extra boon for the squad. Devil still alive in the back of the vehicle as well. He's pathing around. I mean, Flash have been so quiet for so long, but thankfully for them, John, the other squads that were close to potentially forcing them out of that 5th place are already gone. They've already left this lobby.
Yeah, it's going to be nice and safe for them to feel like there's really not much to challenge them, as Alula also bite the dust. But they've done enough to see themselves into that survival stage. It's likely that the tables have started to solidify. The only moving part here is Devil, and he is caught between a rock, another rock, and several hard places. It is a tough approach from this north side, and it needs RRQ to start going down because the placements are already at 2, which means that even just surviving is not going to be enough for him. And he goes down there. That will be our bottom 3. Locked in, Jackie. X-Force Rejects joins Thunder Talk and Gaming Stars taking the tumble down. So it's all up to the points now. Who's going to finish and where is it going to be?
Those keys now guaranteed to be crushed, but the dreams live on for an RRQ side that fought for their right to survive here. Another blow back over to Aurora as Doc is shut down. And they're looking for even more eyes honed in towards the setup from the 2-2 split of GK. Our final decision comes down to who takes the chicken dinner then between these 4 remaining squads.
GK with the most central position, Flash with the high ground. As you said before, been fairly quiet over the course of this match so far, but they are starting to extend their influence now. GK in the more central spot, as I said before, but they're much more limited in terms of their maneuverability, in terms of their flexibility. It's a question of if they can force the other teams around them to fight with each other, or in the other instance, allow a team to just get straight up close to you. Now with Team Flash within nading range, it's going to get so much more hard for GK to hold off this location.
And Flash, after paying passive for so long, know that they can take risks now. So they look to advance down on